Good morning, and welcome to a class that we're going to focus on bringing dynamic energy into the core of our body. So it's, in terms of chakra, I'm wearing my chakra top. It's called manipura, our solar plexus. And, the workout that we're going to do today will dynamically spread energy throughout the body because it's spring. And I got my little bunny on. I don't know if you can see that for Easter. I'll have something bigger at the parade on Sunday. Hope you'll have something as well. And also, too, I want to talk to you about glutes because I want you to focus on glutes. Our butt muscles, there are three of them. The biggest muscle in the body is the gluteus maximus. So then there's medius and minimus, but it has everything to do with walking, getting up, doing steps. And because the muscles are attached to the bones of the hips and the pelvis and the lower back, I know from the fall that I had, everything was affected when I fell on my butt on the ice about a month or 5 weeks ago. So I just want us to stay focused, and we'll start with putting our hands on our rib cage. So you can sit cross-legged, you could be standing. Obviously, I'm sitting on the backs of my knees, but depends on, or the backs of my legs, depends on what's comfortable for you. But I just want you to place your hands on your lower rib cage. And as you inhale, notice your back and your side ribs expanding. And as you exhale, notice the ribs contracting and in a way almost connecting towards the pelvis. So one more inhale. Back and side ribs expanding. Exhale. Great. Okay, come on over now onto hands and knees. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. Pressing your fingers into the mat. This is engages. And of course, we're going to begin with a warm-up of the cat-cow. So on an exhale, flex into cat. And on an inhale, hollow out your lower back and extend into cow. Exhale. You're flexing, rounding your back, tucking your chin, dropping your tail, belly in, and inhale as we extend, hollowing out the lower back, lifting head and tail. And now bring your back into neutral. Okay, lift your knees off the floor. Lengthen your spine, reach through the crown of your head. Feel your core engaging, manipura, your solar plexus, the battery of your being, the center of willpower. And press up into your first downward dog. Relax your head, your neck, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. And let your upper body just hang here. Now, depending on the tightness of your hamstrings, your legs may be straight. And bring your hands back by your feet. So if your hams are tight, then bend your knees. Point here is just to let your spine release, lengthen, relax your neck, let your head hang, and then slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time, with your head to be the last thing to come up. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, float the arms out to the side. Swan dive over your thighs. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, walk your hands forward, coming into a plank position. Again, feel your core engaging. Your butt's not doing any real work right now, but definitely your core and your upper body are working. Flex back into downward facing dog, and then lift your right leg up in the air and bring your right knee into the center of your chest. Extend, lift the leg. Exhale, knee between arms. Inhale, keep your focus on your core. One more time, knee to chest. Now bring your heel close to your bum. That raises your knee up, and then bring that right foot forward and drop your knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms to the front, and then bring them into cactus, looking up. Bring your elbows together, looking down. Boy, I unplugged that phone. Oh well. The joys of working from a home studio. Open your arms into cactus. Bring your elbows together. And then bring your hands to the floor. Take your left arm to the outside of your right leg. Lift your back knee off the floor and lift your right arm up. Twisting, turning. And bring the hand back down and take that right leg back and walk your dog. And then lift your left leg up into the air. Be sure you're pressing your right big toe mount into the floor, so you're not rolling out on that right foot that's still on the floor. And then bend the knee, bring it between and your arms up towards your chest. Extend it back. Knee comes forward and back. Feel that core getting stronger. Manipura. Knee forward and take the leg back. And now bring the heel close to the bum and then step your left foot forward. Drop the other knee down onto the mat and bring your arms up to the front. Take them back in cactus, so kind of like football goal pose, eyes looking up. Exhale, bring your elbows together, looking down. Inhale, open to cactus. Feel your shoulder blades moving towards one another. Exhale, elbows come together. And then bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot and lift your left arm up. So balance involved here, flexibility and strength, of course. And bring that arm down and step your left leg back. Walk your hands forward. Again, let your torso hang over your legs and then slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Okay. So let's do a little sideways bending. So inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. I'll do the mirror image. You're going to take your right wrist with your left hand and you're going to reach up, stretch up, exhale to the left. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Take the opposite hand with the taking the opposite wrist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sideways over to the other side. Don't fold forward. Keep that top shoulder above the lower shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float your arms down, taking up lots of space. Okay, So let's try this next vinyasa. Once again, inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale, forward fold, let your head hang. Inhale, come halfway up, fingertips can be on the floor or place them on the front of your shins. Exhale, forward fold, walk your hands out and take your plank position again. This time, lift your right hand, bring it to your chest. So you're just doing that one-armed plank if you can. If not, keep both hands on the floor. Lift your left hand up, bring it to your chest. I'll bet I should be facing the other way right about now, shouldn't I, tech guy? Okay, one more time. Lift that right leg up in the air. And then bring the knee forward between your chest. Now lift up and round your back. Exhale and lower the knee, coming more into plank. Inhale, rounding the back, keeping the knee in the chest. Exhale, straighten out into plank. One more time, rounding the back. And then step that right foot up between your hands and come on up into a crescent lunge. Would it have been better if I was facing the other way? Good. It's okay? Yeah. All right, good. Okay, so hanging out here in your crescent lunge, we're gonna lean forward. Now feel your core, even your paraspinals, all the little muscles along your spine engaging as you lean forward. This is where we start getting into using those glute muscles. Okay, you're gonna internally rotate your arms and take them back. So your thumbs are pointing towards one another and your palms are up. Now lift your arms just a little bit higher and you'll feel your triceps engaging. Breathe. Now take the arms out to the side and you're going to externally rotate them so your thumbs are pointing up. Keep engaging your core. Don't let everything just hang out. You're lengthening through your spine. Bring the arms forward now into a V position. Take them back to the sides with your thumbs pointing up. And then behind you, you're internally rotating your arms so your thumbs are pointing towards one another. Your arms are straight out behind you. Okay, bring the arms back into forward. Now we're going to step up into a one-legged tree, maybe. Okay, so bring that back foot forward and lift the left knee up. If you can, extend the leg in front. Now, you're going to take that left leg, you're going to bend the right, and we're going to make a kind of a half eagle. So your left leg is over top of your right, and then we're just going to bring the left arm on top, and the right arm is locking at the elbows. So we're not doing eagle arms, we're doing that lovely shoulder stretch where the left arm comes across the body and the right arm locks it at the elbow. Unlock the arms, step that front leg back. Let's come into our sideways prayer position. So bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and bring your right hand on top of your left palm, turning sideways in a sideways prayer position. Praying that this is going to be over soon. Okay, come on into center. Keep your hands in prayer, everybody. And then shift your weight onto your front leg and lift your back leg up. So we're coming into a modified warrior 3, but hands are in prayer. Much easier, right? Okay, step that leg back, bring your hands to the floor, walk back, and come into downward facing dog and walk your doggy. You're stretching out your right glute muscles And gathering some energy. Remember, at any time, if you need to, in fact, let's just come down for a moment into child's pose. You can, and I know this is quite energetic, or take your knees wide apart, whatever you prefer. So come back and into child's pose, whatever version, whether your torso is resting on your thighs or your torso is between your thighs. And just breathe. Now it's good to feel our heart pumping blood through our body and getting a good workout, isn't it? Okay, come on, back up. Bring your knees underneath your hips, curl your toes under, and walk your hands back towards your feet again. And just hang out here for a moment. And then bend your knees, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, reaching up, bring your hands in prayer all the way to your heart center. And then sweep the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms out and swan dive, Uttanasana. Let your head hang. On an inhale, come halfway up. On an exhale, walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. And then lift your left leg up, pressing your right toe mount into the floor and draw that left knee forward, coming into plank. So you're keeping your knee bent underneath your chest and you're just lifting up, coming into your three-legged dog and then into your three-legged plank. And back into your three-legged dog and three-legged plank. And one more three-legged doggy. And then bring that left foot forward and come on into your high crescent. So it kind of looks like warrior one. Okay, and now lean forward, reaching with your arms. This is where you get to feel your core engage and now your left buttocks. So arms are forward, core is engaging. Take your arms back. You're internally rotating your arms so that your thumbs are pointing towards one another and your palms are facing up. And then lift your arms another inch or two if you can, firing up your triceps, shoulders, upper back, and then bring the arms out to the side. Turn the palms up. The thumbs are up. Palms are facing forward. And then bring the arms into the V position. So in front of the body, V, because you are victorious. Take the arms back to the side, thumbs are pointing up, and then lift the arms an inch or two. And then take the arms back. Palms are facing up, thumbs are pointing towards one another. And bring them back to the side, bring them back to the front. And here's where we're going to step up now into a one-legged tree pose. Bring your arms into prayer. And remember, if you can extend your front leg, go for it. If not, just keep it bent. That will be fine. And then step that right leg back and we'll come into our sideways prayer position. So bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and then bring the other hand on top and twist your torso. This releases any tension, tightness, or stress from your lower back. And coming back to center, we want to do our eagle pose on the other side. So now bend your left leg, lift the right leg up, take it on top. Maybe I should turn towards the camera just in case. Okay, so now with the right leg on top, you're going to have your right arm on the bottom and you're going to lock at the elbow. And unlock, and I'm going to turn around to the side again, because bring your hands back into prayer, and let's take warrior 3. And bring your hands to the floor, and bring both feet now once again into downward facing dog. Come on into plank. And let's take Vashisthasana. So this is a one-armed plank starting on the left side. Remember, your feet can have 3 different positions. You can separate your feet. You can make the kickstand or align both feet and then lift that right arm up. It's easier if your feet are separated. So here's where we really work this core again. Feel your obliques totally fired up. And come on back to the center. And let's roll on to the other side. Again, if you want to check your obliques, see what's working, feel your side muscles. Remember, press your fingers into the floor. Keep all the fingers activated. And then come on down onto your knees. And let's take dolphin posture. So you're going to interlock your fingers. You're going to bring your baby finger inside and under so it doesn't get squished. And dolphin pose, kind of like headstand, but not, because your head doesn't touch the floor, but this is the arm position for headstand. And then if you wish, lift your right leg off the floor so you're a 3-legged dolphin. Although dolphins don't even have legs, so that's kind of silly. And bring it down. You can keep both feet on the floor or lift the other leg up. I know there's a few keeners out there, but please don't judge your performance. Just breathe through it, always practicing with awareness, respect, and compassion. Please. Okay, knees down. Once again, you're going to take child's pose. If you leave your knees together and can bring your arms by your side and your forehead to the floor, this offers incredible potential for releasing toxins and waste out of your body. But you can always separate your legs, or if you have knee issues, remember you're going to take puppy pose, bums up in the air, so that you reduce the angle and the bend of the knee. Come on back up in onto all fours, and let's just work some of that muscle work that we did with our shoulders by lifting your left arm up. Reach up, stretch up, and look up. Exhale, thread the needle, come on over onto your left shoulder. This is a nice stretch. Left shoulder, left side of your face, and tippy toe the fingers of the right arm straight out in front. And draw the right arm back, press up, and now sweep the right arm up and thread the needle, reaching under the left twisting the body, releasing right shoulder and right side of face to the floor, and tippy toe with your fingers of the left hand so that you can stretch that left arm out. Again, releasing any tension or stress from the workout. And bring the arm in front back. And let's come into a seated position. Take your legs as wide apart as you can. Upavista Konasana. And then pull the flesh away from the outsides of your sits bones and flex your feet as much as possible. Now, again, I'll do the mirror image. So draw your left foot and bend the knee, place the sole of the foot inside of the right thigh. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sideways over the straight leg. You're turning your torso sideways and you're reaching with your top left arm over your right leg. So not only strengthening, but stretching releases blocks in the area of the solar plexus. So it's really important to stretch as much as strengthen. Inhale, sweep up, and now bring your left elbow inside of that bent knee and stretch to the other side. Again, try to keep your torso to the side and not orientated towards the floor. And reaching up and gently unfold the bent leg and bang out the back of the knee. And then bring the sole of the other foot inside of your thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sideways over the straight leg. Now, some of you may be able to reach with your top arm, your toes, but that's not the goal, nor the point. For a lot of us, it would be totally madness to try to do that. Be harming the body, ahimsa. Inhale, up with the arms, and then bring the right arm inside of the right bent knee towards the floor and reach with your top left arm over to the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Okay, let's come in, bring your hands back down onto your mat. Bring your legs, come on into one more dog. We're going to set up here for pigeon pose because it's excellent to release tight muscles in the butt area and hip. So lift your right leg up in the air, look forward and bring that right knee towards your right wrist. Now, if you have a block or cushion, you may wish to place that underneath your buttocks. And using your hands and arms to lift your hearts and barrel up your chest like a pigeon, like a proud pigeon. They actually do have a kind of regalness, which is unusual because they're basically, you know, cleaning the streets, picking up garbage, but it's nature, animals, plants, they do what they do. They're not self-conscious. We look at them, we watch them, we wonder. Pretty amazing. Okay, Walk your hands forward. Come on down onto your elbows or forearms if you can. Now notice there's a little more intensity in the stretch of those glutes and the hip area. So the glutes are involved in so much of our daily activities. And I certainly was reminded of how much they're involved after my fall, because everything I did, picking anything up, getting down, wow, a whole new experience. And if you're able, lower your torso right down. You may make a pillow with your forearms, stack your fists, or stay in the Sphinx posture. But breathe into that right hip and the glutes. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders, curl your back toes under, press up into your downward facing dog. And lift your left leg up in the air. And then bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Extend your right leg straight out behind you. And again, hold yourself up, tenting your fingers on your mat. So we get into a nice extension for the spine. And then lead with your heart, fold forward, and bring your forearms onto the floor. And if it's available to you, lower your torso and your forehead towards the floor. Some of you may even wish to reach your arms straight out in front. And bring your arms and hands back under your shoulders, curl your back toes under, and press up once again into downward facing dog, and walk your dog. Come forward into plank, and if you can, lower yourself down to the floor for a little bit of back work. Bring your forehead onto your mat. Arms are beside your body. Palms are facing up. Roll an invisible alley with your nose to lengthen your neck, and then on an inhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders, and arms coming up. Very cardiovascularly demanding, but super strengthening for all of your back muscles, and a little bit of purging for your adrenals as well as your kidneys. One more inhale up, exhale, turn your head to the right, and let your shoulders melt, big toes touch, heels splay out. The next thing we're going to try to do is just bend one leg at a time and take hold of the ankle. We're not coming into any kind of a bow position. We're just going to give a great stretch to the fronts of our thighs, our quadricep muscles that we were working. So bring the head forward and come on up onto your elbows, and then bend the right leg and try to take it with your right hand. That's it. You're not pulling the leg off the floor, but you're going to feel that stretch in your quadriceps. Just breathe into them. If you get a cramp, just release it and then try again. Okay, let's try the other side. So you're staying up on your elbows and forearms, bend the left leg, reach around with your left arm, grab the ankle, that's it. Not pulling it off the floor, not doing anything. Now, I was starting to get a cramp in my hamstrings, but I just kind of breathed through it to see what would happen. It stopped. So now I can pull a little bit more. So you're not doing too much here, just a little bit. You'll feel that stretch in your quadricep muscles. Now, your quadriceps are your longest muscles, but your gluteus maximus is your strongest muscle, which means that in the world of butt muscles, Kim Kardashian is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, God help us. I hope he's got a sense of humor, God, because he must be laughing at some of the silly things we do. Okay, and release. And then come on all the way down. Bring your arms beside your body. Turn your head to the opposite side. Let your shoulders melt. Big toes touch. Heels splay out. And bring your head back to the center, forehead on the mat, roll an invisible alley with your nose. So you're looking straight down at your mat. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Press your hips and pelvis into the mat, and on an inhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders, arms, and legs, coming up into a full Salabhasana, locust pose. You're working all the muscles on the back of the body, releasing fear. We're hardwired for fear, so it's not that having fear makes us weak. It's just the way things are, our reptilian brain. But this helps us release whatever fear we might have. One more inhale. Exhale, come on all the way down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, press yourself up and come on over onto your backs. Okay, draw the knees up into the chest, one hand on each knee, and let's do a little rocking or rolling or circles, whatever feels good on your lower back. And then extend your left leg down in front. Bring your right foot as high up onto your left thigh as possible. Hold on to it. Hold on to your right foot with your left hand. And then with your right hand, you're pressing and just guiding your right bent thigh, knee, and leg towards the floor. So this helps us with sitting cross-legged. This is half lotus in the lying down position. And the end game is not for us to sit in lotus posture. This is more about externally rotating the hip, flexing the knee, and stretching the ankle. Also a nice stretch for the hip flexor, which is also involved in climbing stairs, getting in and out of chairs. And then gently release that right leg and straighten it out onto the floor and bang out the back of your knee. And let's bend the other leg. Take hold of the foot and the ankle with both hands. And then your right hand is going to stay on the instep, holding your foot as high up as possible on your right thigh, and your left hand is just going to gently guide that bent leg down towards the floor, as much as you can safely do so. Always good deep inhaling and exhaling to create space in the body, to oxygenate muscles. Also to reduce the buildup of lactic acid when we use our muscles. That's what the body produces. Okay, one more breath in. On an exhale, carefully release and straighten that left bended leg and bang out the backs of the knees. Bring the knees one more time into the chest and let's take happy baby pose. Really stretch these hamstrings. So arms are inside the legs. Your hands are reaching and taking hold of your insteps. And then if you're able, you're bringing your ankles directly over your knees. Your knees are outside of your torso. Your chin is pointing towards the center of your chest. You're lengthening the back of your neck, compressing your ascending and descending colon. So you're pulling down, safely stretching your hamstrings. And if you like, you can roll from side to side if that feels okay. Or just stay still. And release. Roll over onto your left side. Take your head into your hand. Lift your top leg up. Reach as high up as you can and do a little bit of pulling. Can you lift your bottom leg off the floor? Just a few inches. Firing up your inner thigh adductor muscle, and then lower that leg down. And lower your top leg down and bring the hand that was holding the leg in front for balance. And now inhale the top leg up by itself. So again, this is firing up your obliques, your core, part of manipura, solar plexus, center of willpower, dynamism. And lengthen as you slowly lower that leg back down. This also works hips and glutes, IT band, and then both legs are coming up together, apart, together, apart, together, apart, together, apart, together, all the way down. Okay, roll over. I'm going to change ends. Head in hand. Top leg comes up. Reach for it. Ooh, my battery pack here is kind of move it out of the way. Okay. I'm laying on it. Good thing it's not crushable. Okay, so reaching up as high as you can. So this is the stretching portion. Exhale, lengthen and lower all the way down. Try and move this battery pack. Oh, it fell off. Okay. Top leg up by itself. So you're working that leg. It's not just floating, you're actually working it. And you'll know you're working it if you're breathing a little harder. Lengthen and lower. And then both legs are coming up. Bring them together, apart, together, apart, together, apart, together, and all the way down. Okay. Come on up. I'm gonna have to put my battery pack back on here, so just hang in a second. It's a really tight clip. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. The joys of TV production. Okay, we got that back on. All right. Extend the legs out in front. Lift the flesh away from the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Take your left foot, place it outside of your right knee, interlock your fingers 2 inches below your knee, pull your torso towards that bent thigh, and flex the foot of the straight leg. So you're sitting up really tall again. You can feel your core firing if you're sitting up nice and tall here. Take your left hand, place it behind you. Inhale the right arm up, reaching, stretching, looking. Exhale, twisting, starting from the bottom of your spine, reaching up towards the top. Inhale to lengthen and straighten. Exhale to twist. Major posture for cleansing, keeping the spine supple, flexible, activates nerves in a good way. Inhale, lengthening up through the crown. Exhale, maybe there's a little more twist. And one more inhale. Exhale, releasing all the way around to the other side. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, come back to center. And let's change. Place the other foot outside of the knee. Flex the foot of the straight leg. Interlock your fingers 2 inches below and pull your torso. Lower your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Feel your sits bones grounding and connecting with the earth. And then place your right arm behind you to prop yourself up. Inhale, other arm up. Exhale, bring the elbow outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, perhaps twist a little more. Remember, there's not much movement in the sacral area, the lower part of the back. I mean, you can twist it as a unit, but it doesn't twist the way all of your vertebra can twist. From the lumbar area up to the thoracic region, back of your chest, and then of course your cervical vertebra. Keeping these mobile, lubricated, alive. One more inhalation to lift up and lengthen. And exhale, twist to the other side. And come back to the center. Legs straight out in front, arms beside your body. Inhale, sweep the arms up, flex the feet, lift up, lengthen, feel your sits bones. Exhale, forward fold, reaching, stretching, lengthening, halfway. One more inhalation. Your belly should be on your thighs. Exhale, take the furthest part of your extremities. your feet, your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach. One more inhale, lengthen through the crown. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. And on an exhale, try to fold a little bit further forward, whatever amount you can. Lengthening the lower back more than rounding it. Try to lengthen from your tailbone all along your spine. So it doesn't matter how far over you're going. Inhaling, lengthen. You might even lift up a little bit. And last time, exhaling, lowering the torso towards the thighs. Inhale, walk the hands back up and bring your hands beside your hips with your fingers pointing forward. And just feel the release in the lower back, the hamstrings, your butt, your glutes are being stretched. And when they're stretched, it releases the tension and the tightness in the hips, the pelvis, and the lower back. So you should feel a lot more movement and strength in this whole core area, and including the glutes. Like, we're doing some really important work. So this could be a video that you'll revisit, I hope, because there's lots of benefits. Fold your legs to the side. Come on over onto your knees, curl your toes under, and again, let your upper body just hang for a moment, and then slowly roll up, stacking one vertebra on top of the next, keeping your chin tucked into your chest and letting your head be the last thing to come up. Okay, coming up to the front of your mat. Step your right leg back. Let's take our warrior two position, also working core and butt. Bend your front knee, look down, see your big toe inside of your knee. Make sure that knee keeps pressing out, and then press into the outside of your back foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up to shoulder height, lifting up at your sternum, lowering your shoulders. Feel your inner thighs firing by pressing into the outside of your back foot and keeping the front knee pressing towards the back of your mat. Lowering your back arm, down your back leg into exalted warriors. Stretching up and reaching up, looking up. Coming back into warrior two, and now lower your front forearm onto your front knee. Take that back arm, sweep it down, around, and over your ear into Parsvakonasana. So really stretch, blossom your chest to the front, and breathe. Keep pressing into the outside of your back foot. It is the anchor for your standing postures. Reaching and stretching. And now, can you take the bottom arm and reach it out? Really feel your core fire here. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, lower the arms to shoulder height, and let's pivot to the other side. Just get your stance just right. Make sure your heel of your front foot is creating a straight line through the arch of your back foot. Shoulders are directly over your hips. Your wrists are approximately over your ankles. Lower your back arm, down your back leg, but reach up. The energy goes up. Looking up, stretching up. And bring the arms back to shoulder height, and then bring your front forearm onto your front thigh. Windmill, whoa, your back arm down, around, and over your ear. Reaching and stretching. Blossom your chest to the front. And then take that bottom arm, reach it out. Arms in victory. Smile. Inhale, come on all the way up. How about a 5-pointed star? Because you are. Breathing, and then hinging from your hips, tops of your leg, folding halfway, tabletop your back. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, reaching, stretching, twisting, looking up. Exhale, float that arm down. Inhale, sweep the other arm up, reaching up, stretching up, looking up. Exhale, float it down. Let's do that one more time on each side. Feel the stretch in your inner thigh. This is still working your core. Exhale, float it down. And other side, last time, reaching up, stretching up, and looking up. Exhale, float it down. Let's lunge over to the left side, bringing bum close to heel. Whatever amount of bend you're able. Up and over to the other side. And back into the center, and walk your feet in. And then come down onto your knees. I have a suitcase here that I had to buy because I wanted you to see what it says. Is that nice and clear? So if I get this right, everyone comes with their own baggage. Find somebody. What does it say? Oh yeah, find someone who loves you enough to help you unpack it. That's just the truth. We all have our stuff. And we're still lovable with it. And our friends can help us get through it. So have a sip of water if you need. Please bring your body into the final resting posture that allows all of the benefits of what you have just done to be integrated. Shavasana. Come on onto your backs. Please don't skip this part. And although we're near the end of the class, I invite you to stay in it for as long as you like. It's one of the most important postures in yoga, in spite of what our egos might suggest nothing's happening. There's a lot happening. So turn your palms up in the open and receiving position. Take your arms far enough away from your body that your shoulder blades and shoulders are resting comfortably on the floor. And now I'd like you to lift your legs. I will do this too. And just drop them uncontrollably 3 times on the floor. Do the same with your arms. Lift them and drop them uncontrollably. Upper back. Lift and drop uncontrollably. And then gently roll your head from side to side. And let your head find its final resting position. And let your body be soft and heavy. Separate the biting surfaces of the teeth. Relax the jaw. Eyes are closed. Eyeballs sinking into their sockets. This allows your parasympathetic nervous system to be activated for healing, restoring, balancing, and integrating body, mind, and soul. In today's somewhat crazy world, and maybe it's always been crazy, I don't know. But let's not add to the craziness. Let's be that beacon of light, of hope, of positivity, conviviality, and positivity. There's nothing lost when we bring our best to any situation. There's only something to be gained. Uplifting ourselves, uplifting others, and of course, as I said in my note, an attitude of gratitude gives us incredible latitude. It's a vitamin for the soul. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.